Greetings, boils, ghouls, and all of the macabre manner of being. Today is kind of a depressing day for yours ghouly, for you see, it's Halloween. It's been building up for the entire month and a half, the last month and a half. All these videos that I've been putting out for all of you have finally come to this, the final video for 2020's Oxtoberfest. So, as the season comes to a close, I take off my hat in respect for the season and unveil my Bob Ross style afro that has been slowly growing beneath this hat for the entirety of the last month and a half. But before we go getting too emotional, I say let's do one last review from the old box of yesteryear, shall we? So without further ado, as I compose myself, I have the box of yesteryear. And before I begin, ladies, gentlemen, boils, ghouls, and all of the macabre manner of being, I pose to you a question. Should this be the last Oxtoberfest video for this year? Or do you think I should pull a nostalgia critic and go for one more? In the comments down below, let me know. Should this be the last, or should we do one more? Now then. So we shall dip into the old box of yesteryear one final time. On this momentous Halloween Eve. All Hallows Eve. And I bring to you something very special. You see, this is a set I've been trying to piece together for years. And at one point in time, I had almost completed the set. I was 2 pieces away from having all the little things. But to preface that, back in the 1990s, there was a certain book series that was very popular. And if you don't know what it is, well, hint, hint. Goosebumps was all the rage back during the 1990s. It started out small during the early 90s, but by 1995 it was at full swing. And we had all kinds of merchandise. We had bed sheets. We had little containers that held a slime type substance. And we had, what I currently have in this box right here, fast food toys. Yes. You see, one of my all-time favorite restaurant chains became my all-time favorite restaurant chains, my favorite restaurant chain for 2 reasons. This promotion and the chalupa. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. I am talking about Taco Bell. But not just Taco Bell. Oh, no, 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 no. Today, boils, ghouls, all macabre manner of being, I present to you the one, the only, the classic, the Goosebumps Taco Bell Kids Meal. You heard that right, folks. Back in 1996, R.L. Stine and or Parachute Press, whichever one was the one in charge of the marketing, went to Taco Bell, of all restaurant chains, and asked them if they would care to do some promoting for the Goosebump books. And lo and behold, they came through in flying colors. So, for this set, there were 4 individual toys. They're shown on the side of the box. We had the glow-in-the-dark and reversible Cuddles the horrible hamster, up there at the top with the green mouth. We had Slappy's Candy Keeper. I'm pointing this the wrong way. Slappy's Candy Keeper. Curly's Skullmobile. And kinda the lamest of the bunch, we have the Rappin' Mummy. But before I get to that, let's just take a moment to appreciate this box. Fast food chains just do not even come close to the glory that they once did back in the old 1990s and the 80s. I mean, look at that. That is beautiful. The lenticular color, the shiny, the foil embossed cardboard. That is beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care who you are. The presentation is stunning, to say the least. And one of my favorite parts is actually the handle, which is literally a hand. That just tickles me in just the right way. And not in that way, you pervs. So, as we have taken a look at the box, we have several things you could do, like on a cereal box back in the day. There were activities. There was, on the top of this side, helping Curly find a skull, a skateboard, a tennis ball, and a baseball bat, all hidden within the picture. And then, on this side, we had some punch-out finger puppets, which, unfortunately, Cuddles here got partially punched out. I don't know if that was from me or from when this was new. But you could punch out Khoru the mummy and Cuddles the horrible hamster. And I suppose if you got really clever and got some scissors, you could also punch out Curly, the skeleton. There we go, now it's in frame. And also on this side of the box, down here, you have some you have some riddles to answer. What happened when the comedian told jokes in the graveyard? And why won't anyone kiss a vampire? And the answers for which are on the bottom of the box. But I think I'll save those for the end of the video. Also, the very front of the box has absolutely some of the best work on it. Check that out, ladies and gentlemen. We have Curly poking out of the top window there. We have Goosebumps emblazoned on the top of the door frame. We've got that broken out window that's been all boarded up and that one that hasn't. And then that one that's been boarded up and has the Goosebumps G logo splattered on it. Oh. And of course, who could forget that old school Taco Bell logo right there? And I don't know why I just shifted accents, but it works. But anyway, now that we've given the box its just desserts, let's go ahead and take a look at the toys that you would get with your Taco Bell kids meals. Again, as stated, there were 4. There was Curly's Skullmobile, there was Slappy's Candy Keeper, there was Cuddles the horrible hamster, and the Rappin' Mummy. So, let's reach in and see who comes out first. Here we have Curly's Skullmobile. And just a heads up for all of you collectors in the audience, I am going to be opening these so I can demonstrate them. I know. Keep it sealed in the package. If you open it, it destroys the value. But these things, they were meant to be played with. They are toys, for crying out loud. You're supposed to play with toys. And so, without further ado, although I'm slightly hesitant considering that I paid like $4 for this thing off of no, it wasn't Shop Goodwill, Facebook Marketplace. Like a band-aid, you just gotta rip it off. And for the first time since 1996, human hands are handling Curly's Skullmobile. Ooh, the eyes poke out and it's all spooky. So what you do is you would run this across the floor, or your hand, or whichever, and the eyes poke out and poke back in, and the mouth slowly opens, and then When you get to a certain point, the mouth closes again. The artwork on this thing is stellar for a Happy Meal toy. It's even captured Curly's little rat tail and his mohawk. Curly truly was the coolest ghoul of the 90s. Next to the Crypt Keeper, of course. And what also came with each and every single one of these was a little advertisement for the other 4 in the set, and on the back was instructions on how to operate these things. So I've already demonstrated how Curly worked. Curly work. And so we move on to the next one in the box. And I will also preface now that not all of these are still sealed. But this one, when I got him, still came with the original little paperwork. You see, here we have Cuddles, the horrible hamster. And the big thing with this guy, as you can see, is made of a softer, flexible, either vinyl or thick rubber material. And what you do with this poor little hamster, well, I'll show you. See the hamster? And then we do a little manipulation, like this, and abracadabra, boom! Now we have inside out Cuddles, the horrible hamster. And you can tell he's inside out because there's his barf. All the little hamster pellets and wood chips that he's eaten over the course of the day. I personally really love the touch that they decided to give him little skeletal hands on the front, right there on his chin. And the curly eyes that show that he's gone completely mad because of the monster blood. And obviously, of course, the directions on the back of the thing show you how to do what I just did. And thankfully, mine is still in good enough condition that I can still manipulate him back and forth without fear of the vinyl tearing. Yet. Okay, now let's see. There's only 2 left. Who will it be, the Rabbit Mummy or Slappy's Candy Keeper? Place your bets, folks. The Rabbit Mummy. And again, just like a band-aid, just gotta rip it off. Oh, they didn't quite seal this one right. They went at an angle. See, there's the end, and then there's the line where it's sealed. Yes, I'm just going to open it. I can feel the dollars and cents that I spent on this thing falling into the toilet. But the packaging is off, and behold, we have Prince Khoru, the Rappin' Mummy. And another thing that I have to give Taco Bell credit for was the fact that they decided for each of their Happy Meal, kids' meal toys, because Happy Meal is a registered trademark of McDonald's. By the way, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm not sponsored by R.L. Stein, Scholastic, or Goosebumps. I'm not sponsored by Taco Bell. I'm not sponsored by McDonald's. As stated in a previous episode, I fund all this myself. Anyway, the fact that Taco Bell's kids' meals, wink wink, decided to diversify the instructions. So they weren't all just one color, they were printed in multiple colors. Although I believe the one for Slappy was the same color as the one for Prince Khoru, and I say that because, unlike my good fortune with Cuddles the horrible hamster, I was not able to get a Slappy for a decent price in the original packaging or with the little instruction sheet. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. We're here to talk about the Rappin' Mummy now. So what you do with this one, I actually don't know. Let me check the instructions. You slowly open the creaky tomb, and find Prince Khoru, the mummy. Pull his mummy wrap to reveal the ancient secret message, and see him glow in the dark. Let go of his wrappings and watch him spin wildly, while his ancient body makes eerie clicking sounds. Eerie clicking sounds. Okay, I won't judge. It was the 90s, it was a simpler time. So we carefully and slowly open the creaky door, which is partially stuck. Listen. Okay, listen. There's the creek. And there we have little Prince Khoru. And now we make him naked. Haha! But we only make him naked in the middle. Then we let go and... Ha 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 ha! But now I'm curious, what is the secret message on this shoelace that they have tied to him? It says... Oh, it just repeats the word boo dude over and over and over and over again. That is such a satisfying sound. I don't know why, but it's just that little ratcheting sound is just... It's so nice. So let me see if I can't position him. There we go. Let's get a good close-up look at Prince Khoru, wearing his little bandages and his eyes being exposed with the little red dots in the middle that I don't think you can see because my camera is not the top quality it should be. Still working on getting a better one. That is nice. What? Oh, I see. It also advertises right inside his coffin lid right there. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it has the Goosebumps G over here and 5. So I presume... It's been a while since I've looked over my books, but apparently it's advertising his as book number 5 in the series. Alright, and now the final. Last but not least, we have Slappy's Candy Keeper. Not brand new, obviously, because the plastic would not have been that yellow back during the 1990s. But this guy, with him, it's pretty obvious to see what his gimmick was if we take a look here at the curly advertisement thingy. He came with a little bag of candies, and what you would do, I believe, is you would turn his head thusly, opening that little spot right there, and then you would dump in, you dump in the candies, then you turn his head to keep the candies inside, pardon me, I just had dinner before recording, and then, and I'm going to do this carefully, because the one I had before, the plastic got so brittle that it literally just tore apart when I did this the last time. What you're supposed to do is ever so, well, what I'm going to do is ever so gently come on, don't break, thank you. I dare not do any more. But you would pop his head up like that, and then you could turn it in different shapes like that, and you would be able to see all of the candy throughout his somewhat translucent neck. Okay, compared to Prince Khoru, Slappy, unfortunately, got the short end of the stick here. But, I mean, they did an excellent job capturing his facial expression compared to the book cover, which I should have thought ahead to actually grab the book before I did any of this. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The final video for Oxtoberfest. Unless, in the comments down below, you tell me to make a new one. So how do you think I did this year, ladies and gentlemen? Let me know down in the comments below. Please, I implore you. I want to do good by you, the people of the internet. The YouTubers and the YouTube viewers. Do you want this to come back again next year? Well, even if you don't, it is. And with that, ladies, gentlemen, boil schools, and all other macabre manner of being, and this is Oxleymations saying, what happened to the comedian who told jokes in the graveyard? He knocked him dead. Till next year, folks. Oh, and one final thing here after I had signed off. I don't know what's scarier. The price that I had to pay for that box, which was actually quite reasonable, or the fact that when I opened it for the first time for this particular episode, there was original 1990s Taco Bell taco shell crumbs still stuck in it.